It's a big week, and our friend Lucy is here to celebrate St. Patty's Day. Lucy, it's good to see you.
Yes, happy St. Patty's Day early.
Yes, a little early, 48 hours early to be exact, but you are celebrating with a delicious recipe.
Yes, we are making Reuben sandwiches today, which, like I always say, are so easy to make. And we're first going to show everybody how to make your own corned beef. And of course, if you didn't want to do that, you could just go to the deli counter and get sliced corned beef and make your sandwiches doing our same steps. But making your own corned beef is so easy, and I like to use the slow cooker, so it makes it even easier. And so we're starting with a 3 to 4 pound corned beef. That's how they come, corned beef brisket. So it's actually a beef brisket. We're talking a little bit about this. You know, what is corned beef?
Right.
It's a beef brisket, and you get it right back there in the meat department, and it comes in a Cryovac vacuum bag, and it comes with a seasoning packet on the inside, which we are going to use. So I took it out of the bag, I rinsed it off and patted it dry, and it is it's in a salted cure brine, and so it's salty, so that's why you need to rinse it off and pat it dry. And now I'm going to pop it in here, and we're going to take a tablespoon of our stone ground mustard, or you could use spicy mustard, really whatever mustard you have. And I'm going to rub it all over here, and I'm just going to do it in the slow cooker, so you know we don't get anything else dirty.
Less mess for sure.
Less mess, and so that's going to give us some good flavor. And then I'm going to use that packet, which you can see in there is like mustard seeds and some coriander seeds broken up, and a little bit of red pepper flake. And I'm also going to add a half a teaspoon of pepper to that, and a teaspoon of garlic, and just half a teaspoon of salt. Like I said, it's salted, but I just want to give it a little bit extra. And now we are just going to rub the whole thing with our spice mixture. And we want to end up with that fat side up.
Okay.
So once we get it seasoned, you just flip it back over and have that fat side on the upper, you know, facing up, and that's how we're going to cook it. So just do that, and then it's only going to take 5 hours on high. Of course, you could cook it on low, you know, for about 10 hours, but I'm going to cook it on high, so it'll be ready a little bit quicker for us. And then the only liquid that I'm going to put in there is a half a cup of beer. And I'll just pour that around the side. And if you didn't want to do that, you could just put a little bit of water in there.
Sure.
And then we'll put the top on and let it cook for 5 hours on high. And then I'll show everybody how it slices up so easy.
Delicious. Yeah, this is really easy.
Yeah. It's so simple. And of course, if you wanted to, I have a recipe on Greers.com too, which I've done this way here before. If you wanted to cook it with carrots and cabbage and potatoes in your slow cooker with the corned beef, that recipe is online too. I'm just doing the corned beef and making our sandwiches today.
All righty, easy peasy. We will continue these sandwiches with Lucy after you see this.
We are back with Lucy from Greers. Lucy, what are we working on today?
We're working on our Reuben sandwiches. So we already put our corned beef in the slow cooker, and I just explained, you know, we got that from the meat department, we rinsed it off, and we rubbed it down with some stone ground mustard, the seasoning pack that it came with, and a little bit of extra salt and pepper and garlic powder. And so I'm just going to take whatever beer you like and pour about half a cup just around it. And if you didn't have beer or want to do this, then you could just add a little bit of water in there. And now it is time to put our lid on that, and we'll cook it on high for 5 hours. And then once you do that, we get it to this point. So it doesn't cook down to this. I just already sliced them off because I was already eating a sandwich at home.
Good for you. That's fair.
So now it'll just slice up really easily, you know, and you can just slice it. I like to slice it really thin for our sandwiches, because to me the worst thing about getting a Reuben sometimes is when they slice it really thick and the whole meat pulls out. I do not like that.
It's like playing cards. Cut them thin to win.
That's it, man. And so of course you could discard some of this fat cap on top, or you can leave it on there. So as you can see, it just slices up so nice, and it's so pretty. And I was just gonna get the rest of our sandwich components ready.
Okay.
So we have I got marble rye, which is just pumpernickel and rye marbled together.
I love marble rye.
You do too? Spear those too, and it's pretty. So I bought that one, but you could use seeded rye or non-seeded, whatever you want. I have sauerkraut here, and I have Swiss cheese, which of course course, you could just buy slices of Swiss, but I just shredded some up because it's just going to melt so much easier. And now we will just mix up our little sauce here. I like Thousand Island on Reuben sandwiches, but of course, a lot of people just use grainy mustard or something. So if you want to use a Thousand Island, you can, of course, just buy it in a jar. But this
if you don't have Thousand Island, can you use 900 Island?
You cannot.
Okay. Only Thousand Island.
1-800 Joe's Jokes. So I have half a cup of mayo, 2 tablespoons of ketchup, a tablespoon. I like to use the Wickles relish. It's but any kind of sweet relish, it's good. And then I have a teaspoon of sriracha sauce, which it doesn't add a lot of heat. It just adds a little bit of extra flavor to our dressing here. So.
And while you're working on that, of course, we are doing this, y'all, because it is St. Patrick's Day week. St. Patrick's Day is on Friday. I'm sure you can pick up plenty of goodies in the Greer's locations.
You can, and of course, we have all of these briskets readily available for anybody that wants some. And also, our St. Louis store is having a lot of fun stuff going on Friday. We will have green beer and we have these Irish whiskey coffee drinks that are really good. So lots of drinks there, and we also have food. We'll have Reuben sandwiches, of course, and we have the shot collars playing on Friday night, which they're really good. So if you don't have plans on Friday, come see us at the St. Louis store.
Quite
food
the party.
And drinks and music, yes.
What more do you need in life, right?
That's exactly right.
All right, so we're going to finish this up here in our Studio 10 kitchen when we come back with Lucy in our third segment. Happy early St. Patrick's Day, everyone. Finishing things up in the kitchen with Lucy from Greer's. We are working on Reuben sandwiches today, just in time for St. Patty's Day.
We are at the building point. We've already cooked and sliced our corned beef. We made that in the slow cooker, and I brought one that was already cooked. So now we have our marble rye down. We mixed up our Thousand Island dressing. So we start with a little bit of butter in the skillet. I put a little bit of the sauce down, and I have some shredded Swiss. So we'll put that. We're going to do Swiss on the top and the bottom. So I have some sauerkraut here that goes on top of our Swiss. We thinly sliced our corned beef here.
Can't go wrong with cheese on the top and on the bottom.
You really can't. Why not? So we'll put this on here, and it slices, I slice it really thin, and it makes it really easy to eat because it's not all going to pull out with one bite. So I'm going to do a little bit more cheese on the top, and then you also do sauce on both sides of the bread. So
double sauce, double cheese.
Yes,
we are indulging.
We are
on this St. Patrick's Day.
There we go, like that. Let's see if we've toasted it all on this side. I try to get us going early. So you just kind of want to, just like a grilled cheese, just go kind of medium low. The worst thing you can do, of course, is like get it too done on the outside without the inside having a chance to get that cheese melted. And I like to just kind of push it down. So I was telling everybody that we have a lot of fun things going on at our St. Louis market on Friday. So we open at 7 and we close at 10. So you can have green beer all day, and we have some Irish coffee drinks going. So flip that over, and I kind of like to go back and forth sometimes on my grilled cheese, like so they don't get too far on one side, so we can kind of flip back and forth.
Well, this is all looking fantastic, y'all. You got to check out all the Greer's locations, of course, not just for St. Patrick's Day and Mardi Gras and special occasions and all that, but so many different grocery shopping options, so many locations for you, so many different ways to shop.
Absolutely, and if you still haven't tried our curbside pickup, we do curbside in most locations now, so we can have your groceries ready whenever you want them, and then we also have delivery options too, so you can download our free app. It's just Greer's in the App Store, and you can just see all the locations and get all of our weekly specials and everything.
All right, this is all looking fantastic, y'all. Stop on by Greer's for St. Patrick's Day. We'll put this one on the flipper to flip it over one more time before it's all done. It is looking so good. Lucy, good to see you. I guess what's the next big thing, though? Is it Easter coming up?
Yeah, Easter is coming up, which is hard to believe. So all of our stores will be closed for Easter, so everyone can celebrate that day with their families. And spring break. I mean, we've already had some spring breaks, colleges, here in town, and so spring break break and grilling, Easter, all sorts of stuff.
But if you need your Easter hams, turkeys, whatever sides you're preparing,
yes,
I'm sure they can help you out as well. We'll talk more about that as we get closer to that. For now, happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. Lucy, thank you so much.
Thank you.